Toss. I'm using stage recovery. I'm using stage recovery, not debris fund right now. Throttle up, panel lock, SAS engaged, shoot staging. Caught you. 3, 2, 1. Launch. Let's do a vote. What was it? It was vote, open, chiptunes? Yes, no. Is that right? Vote, open, chiptunes, yes, no. No, I guess that's not it. What is that vote command? Vote, open, chiptunes was the question. Yes or no are the options. Cybertech did it yesterday, but I don't remember what he did. It was vote, open, chiptunes, yes, no. How does that work? How does that work? No, I haven't. It's not vote. It's not actually opened yet. It's not actually opened yet. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. It's not working yet. Chat. Poll. Ah, thank you. It's poll open. It's poll open. Chiptunes? Yes. No. I think like that. Let me look. Poll open. Yes. No. But where do I put the question? Can I put the question anywhere? Theater. Chiptunes. Now I can't see because it's going off. It's going off so fast. Somebody just tell me what happens. I am a noob. Chiptunes, yes. No, 0 votes. Wow, everybody's voting yes, pretty much, it looks like. I will wait till the results of that vote. Somebody tell me what the results are at the end here. Oh, that's right. And I will do this launch. I'm actually going to try to launch this one all the way in. All the way in. 15... No, wow, it looks like it's time for chiptunes, huh? I am getting a lot of yes votes there in chiptunes. It scrolled by so fast. It scrolled by so fast. I saw my incorrect syntax, right? And then I saw somebody toss a couple versions of correct syntax in, and I didn't actually see it because the votes started coming in so fast. I'll have to get that in like a Twitch message or somewhere else. Jeez, oh Pete. Sets a beacon for DOS. Nice. Thanks, Ridecar. Beacon 3. That was Beacon 3. Alright. I am actually going to see if I can get this guy all the way into orbit. Because we are adding significant mass by putting those chutes in there. Not going to lie. Not going to lie. We are adding significant mass. Girl. Alright. That stage there should be good. And we're going to continue burning just like this. Wait. Oh! Well, that's okay, I guess. The chutes are too high to open. So I shouldn't have staged them there, but they're not going to give me additional drag. Chiptunes, yes, 21, no, 4. Looks like I'm going to start up some chiptunes the next time I get a chance. Thank you for participating in the vote. Remember, vote. No, I don't care. I do appreciate it, though. 70, I'm just going to continue. I'm going to see if I can get this guy all the way into orbit. We had about 100 meters per second left over last time. We're about 100 meters per second lower now. So I hope this works out. Ooh, 82, darn it. I burned too long. I'll accept 82 by 78, even though the math doesn't exactly work out that way. Add that. Pull it prograde. When your apoapse starts to get away, click and hold right here. When the apoapse gets back in, let go. Click on that tab to make it stick. And pull, 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 pull. Until we get the flip. So pull it back now, boss. Periapse is 73, 74, 75, 79. I'll allow it because I'm at 82. Let's see if we can actually get this into orbit. 977 and 829. We've got to fix that. 977 and 829. We actually need... Honestly, that's almost... No, that's 150 short, and I need to be 50 short. So we definitely need... No, Quantitas, I'm not. I think it adds to the stream by not ignoring chat. I don't ignore chat. I can't always do it in real time, but I think it adds some spice to the stream, basically. We need to add some delta V to the rocket, because look, we've got 829 left in this stage. It's going to be 977 to do the circularization. 977 to go to the circularization. So, Water Lover, what's going on? Get you some sleep. Turtle Gaming. Stop by a help desk, Turtle Gaming. Stop by a help desk, and I will do that for you at a Kerbal help desk. KSA help desk. We actually have to go back. Revert to vehicle assembly. We need to put a little more delta V in that stage, which is also going to increase the cost of the rocket, right? So how can we do that? I wonder if I should just put more Delta V in this stage. Like, could I just do this, right? And I'm not even really caring about part count here. Where are my fuel tanks? There we go. How much Delta V would this put in? Just in 2x symmetry. 909 to 942 to 974. That would get me into orbit right there. That would definitely get me into orbit. No worries, Turtle Gaming. But that is also going to increase the cost of the rocket and make it burn a little bit more weirdly. That's okay, though. That's okay. I think we would be okay with this. I wonder if just putting one of those in the center stage would work. That may be too much, right? Let's see how much this gives us. 942, 1.34. I think that's going to mean that the center stage is going to burn more, burn faster, or something like that. Which is interesting. Let's see here. I'll try to launch it like this. I'd rather just have it work the first time. Even if it's one more fuel tank, I would rather just have it launch the first time. How much does that cost? 3 fuel tanks would be cheaper than 2 fuel tanks. Let me look. These are $250 each. So I'll put that on there. Then up here, I'll put these in 2x symmetry. 3958. I think 3950 would be good. So let's try that right there. Let us try that right there. Or I almost wonder if we would get more Delta V by adding that up to this stage. It may be more smart to add the Delta V into this stage. But the rocket is stacked so nicely right now. I don't know if I want to do that. Anyways, because then we would carry that fuel way up there, it would be used a lot more efficiently. Let's launch it this way and see what we get. Let's launch it this way and see what we get. It looks like you're watching a Twitch stream. Would you like to help? You think I'm bad about that? I really need another drink. I also need to fix my chute staging. Those are the ones at the very top, aren't they? Yep. So they actually need to go up here. And these stages need to go there. Throttle up, panel lock, 3, 2, 1, space. I'm going to go get a Dr. Pepper. I'll be right back. Efficient use of stream. Takes longer to get to orbit than you think. I even washed the top off on my Dr. Pepper because it looked like they stored it in a sandstorm or something. I don't understand that. Just definitely don't understand why sometimes my Dr. Peppers look like they were stored in a sandstorm. Nerdistry, I was hiding from you, Nerdy. I was totally hiding from you. I don't understand. Jeez, I hope it's not like rat feces or something. That would be terrible. Just terrible. We're still up to 5,000. I have plenty of time to actually open my Dr. Pepper. Ah, yes. Will he make it in time? From running out of fuel and falling back to Kerbal. Meat Boy, no problem. It ain't my first rodeo. It is not my first rodeo. Thader, we are on the same page there. Every time I see that, I think not. It's like, what do you mean not? Why is the command not stream? Not KSP, not sail. I don't get it. I think the exact same thing. So let's see if I've added enough Delta V to get this rocket into Orberto here. A little rotation, which is interesting. Usually try not to get rotation. And I'm just going to burn until this stage is out. And hopefully my APO is somewhere up around 40 to 50. Scarlet, I did. I washed the top off the can. I usually wash them right when I get back to the house, but I didn't wash these off yet. And I definitely know that I should always wash the cans. Abso-freaking-lutely. Alright. That is what we wanted to do. I almost think that it would have been more efficient to carry that fuel up to this higher orbit, right? But let's see here. Oops, I'm supposed to be burning down like this now. My bad. And let's rotate. There we go. And I'm just going to burn right like this until I get an apoapse of 80. Will you shotgun a Dr. Pepper on stream? No, why would I do that? Look, I'm not showing cleavage either. That's not what I do in my stream. I'm not here to try and, like, wow you or do anything like that. I'm here to, like, learn some KSP. So I don't need to show any cleavage in my stream. I've got other assets that I can leverage. I've got other assets that I can leverage here in my stream. Let's see here. Put a note at the apoapse. We've got 915 in the tank. Eesh. That may not actually get us to orbit. You come back here. Keep on going. There was a flip. 87 is too high. There we go. 80 by 80. I'll take it. 1034. It's still... Wow, look at that. We added all of that fuel and we did not get any closer to an orbit. Isn't that interesting, y'all? Does anybody else think that that's interesting? Yeah, we don't. No, you're right. It's... Everybody's like running away. So it still doesn't get into orbit quite. 1032, 915. Dad, blame it. Well then. Going to bed. Turtle Gaming. Get some sleep, Turtle. No worries. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you later. We will definitely see you later. So adding the chutes to this stage is a problem. Adding the chutes to this stage is definitely a problem. That Delta V there did not help us whatsoever. I wonder if adding it to this stage will help us. Come on. Don't do me that way. Okay. Now it's not going to attach to the place that it's always been attached? Really? Really? Yes, Pyrofire, that is exactly what's wrong. I have had no trouble getting that thing to attach there. Well, we'll just Control Z it, get another copy of it, cause this huge problem, throw the old copy away, there we go. Yeah, you want to dance, KSP? It's not my first rodeo, like I said earlier. Let's make some more room. Like that. Let's put these fuel tanks like that, and put these like that. And then we can always put these back up. And the problem is definitely that this thrust to weight is not high enough. I really need this thrust to weight to be higher. I could actually have this thrust to weight be lower. But look at that. Putting it up there got me a lot more Delta V than putting the fuel down there. Did y'all see that? Putting that fuel up there got me a lot more Delta V than putting it down here. Interesting. Interesting. Take it easy, Run. We'll catch you later. We will definitely catch you later. Look at that problem. This is definitely a problem. 2x symmetry, please. Over to there. 3998. Alright, looking okay. Which of your old videos do you talk about RCS build aid? There's probably a highlight. Or there's something on YouTube that's like lander balance or lander design using RCS build aid, or something along those lines. I'm talking about landers. The focus of the video is landers. That is definitely what's going on there. Really, this rocket really needs some work because of these, right? These engines down here are putting out what? They're putting out 850 times 4. No, they're putting out 215 times 4. Times 4 plus, I think, 200, right? Yeah, 200. So I really need just over 1060. And the cost of them's what? The cost is 850 times 4 plus 950. Let me write that down right quick and see if I can fix this right quick. It is 1060 thrust, and we need more thrust, basically. And it cost 850 times 4 plus 950, I believe. 850, 950, yeah. Let me look at that. 850 plus donation. Who was that? Jerkitos to keep the Dr. Pepper flowing. Hey, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Gerkitos. But cheers for the donation. I appreciate that. I will use your donation to buy some Dr. Pepper. I will head down to my local Walmart. I will get me some little 7.5 fluid ounce Walmart Dr. Peppers here. And I will drink a Dr. Pepper in your honor, good sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. There we go. Jerkitos. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I do appreciate you. Absolutely. Throw him some hype. Throw him some hype. Let's see here. It's radial stack separators. Make it happen. Nah, I'm not really interested. World Barrel Rider, take it easy. Just use a mainsail. That's 1,500. That's actually too much. We actually had a lot of problems with the mainsail. 2 skippers would be good. What was the cost of this? It was 850 times 4 equals 3,400 plus 950 equals 4,350. See, we can't, in that engine thrust budget, we can't get that. We basically need 6 engines down there. We basically need 6 engines total down there. Interesting. Yeah, hype is right. Hype is right. That was some Jerkitos hype. We need 6 engines. We've only got 5 engines down there, and 6 engines would be good. 6 engines is what we need. When should you use a decoupler versus a stack separator? I almost always use decouplers. Stack separators just become space junk. Pistols for Benza. Good deal, Pistols. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I said I need 6 down here. So why don't I just do this? Interesting. I wonder how this is going to affect the rocket. I'm almost just getting to the point where I just want it to fly the way I want it. Why don't I do these in 3x symmetry? Right? And then another more different Z in 3x symmetry. Like that. And on one set of 3x symmetry we'll use 30s, and on another set of 3x symmetry we'll use 45s like that. And then we will take the fuel out of the center stage like this. The fuel lines are so expensive though. 150 each times 6 is really annoying. It's almost like we just need the center stage to be nothing. There we go. That would get us into orbit all day long. 2,800 delta V. So let's see here. These chutes go up here. Bibbits! In fun. Thank you for the follows, y'all. Oh, chiptunes! Jeez, guys! Get on me! Get on me! Seriously! See where your pod is, Reaper text. Hover over the top of the screen. Make sure the nav ball is expanded, Reaper text, and hover over the top of the screen. The very top edge of the screen, you'll get a little filter menu that drops down. Consummate V's! Consummate! You wouldn't know Majesty if it hit it in the face. Hi, Kiba, that's awesome. It focused moon. Yeah, don't hit backspace. Make sure that the nav ball is expanded from the bottom and hover over the top of the screen. Thank you. I didn't catch that. I forgot that I had it in 3x symmetry. Thank you for that. We are going to be removing some of these fuel tanks. There we go. 4399, that's way too much delta V. And 1.22, that's more delta V. That's not going to work. It fixed it. I'm pro. Yeah, no worries. No worries, Reaper. I've had the same problem. I know exactly what was going on with you there. I have absolutely positively had the exact same problem. So now I'm going to move these down. Tell me it's not attached by those. It is. Dang it. Control Z. Alright, that retached. And now we'll just work on this down here, right? We will take these off. Put these up here. Take these off. Take that off. Take that off. Hope that it's not attached to that tank. Okay, good. Never gonna get that tank back in there now. And now let's see what we get for delta V in this stage. So times 3 of those, and times 3 of those. And shoots in a different stage. Thanks, KSP. That makes perfect sense to put shoots in your initial stage. And I don't know why sometimes it separates them out like that. Alright, so that's 1.7 on the pad and only 2,000 delta V, so we're going to have to add fuel to it. Not bad. I'll allow it. That's 2160 delta V, 1.6 on the pad, so we need to add a little bit more fuel. Let's just try these half tanks. Eek. There we go. And then we can put these guys back on. And we can put these guys back on. So what am I having to do right here? I'm actually having to redesign the rocket a little bit because adding the chutes made it not work. Adding those chutes made it not work. So now we've got 1.41 on the pad, which is better than 1.3 at least. And we've got 4,063 meters per second. I almost think now we could get away with not having those. Let's see. 3987. I bet you that would just barely put us into an orbit. It's only $500 for those two tanks, so I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, that looks good. Tilt them for spin stabilizing. I don't need to tilt them for spin stabilizing. That would not make the rocket very controllable. Alright, so I actually did have to redesign the rocket a little bit. And let's see here if this will get into orbit. I wish I had weaker engines for up here. I wish that I had weaker engines for up there, and I just don't. These are 750 each. I can't spam those. These are 300 each. I can't spam those. These are 120 each. 850. They cost the same though, so I might as well just, I mean, it's $100 savings there. This is less thrust. We can't use poodles. That's way too much thrust. Yeah, there's just no engine. There's no engine that fits what I need for this stage exactly, because I've got it overbuilt. I want the thrust to be down here, not up there, right? So let's launch the rocket this way. Let's see if it goes into space. I think it will. Did I check the staging? Five-way symmetry. Yeah, Alt was in fun. Alt was helping me get to the middle. Alt was helping me get to the middle. Let us get rid of this. And let's see if this design right here, pen lock, throttle up, SAS engage. 3, 2, 1, shoot staging. 3, 2, 1, shoot staging is my new saying. There we go. Throttle up, pen lock, shoot staging, engage. 3, 2, 1, space. Let's see how this flies while I go turn on the chiptunes. The bookmarks streaming chiptune compilation. There we go. And also over here, settings, music, accept, resume flight. Now we've got the chiptunes. Thank y'all for voting. I totally forgot that I was supposed to be doing that. Black Templar, Control Z absolutely, positively works in the VAB. It's not going to work out here when we're flying a rocket, right? But it absolutely works in the VAB. It's so useful. It is so useful. Sometimes you can tell that it's working because your game will freeze. You're like, oh, I can't scroll around. I can't look around the VAB. That Control Z must be working. You do have to look out, though. Sometimes fuel lines and struts will not reconnect after you get them back using a Control Z. You do got to look out for that. 3,000, 4,000, five-way symmetry. Nah, too much work. Das, thanks for that picture. Nice, good. I'm glad we fixed it. Radial separature are much better for probes. Radial stack, otherwise the coupler throws them off balance. Huh? I don't think so. I don't think that the radial stacks, they just make space junk. I mean, I would rather have the part stay somewhere instead of being space junk. Throws them off balance. I don't understand what throws them off balance. Radial stack separators. The decoupler? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying there. Fuel line, our Burmers got my back. Appreciate you. Do I participate in No Shave November? No, I don't. I could not grow a beard to save my life. Gravity turn. Ding! Gravity turn. Rocket's turning less, which I appreciate. I did shave. Since I got a haircut, I also shaved. And our 45s are going to run out before the 30s. No, the 30s are going to run out before... No, it's the 45s are going to run out before the 30s, I believe. That's what's been happening. The 45s run out first. So now they're done, and we still have another 100 meters per second of delta V for this maneuver. Now that stage is done. And now I'm going to burn up to 50, like that. I'm going to go orbital mode, and I'm going to burn into my orbit. Just like this, and this should get us to orbit, I believe. We will see if this gets us to orbit or not. Anamaguchi, they make rock chiptune hybrids. They are amazing. Nerdiest, are they license-free? Are they open source? Are they Creative Commons or whatever? Because I can't play them unless they are. That is why I get the chiptunes. But I have never heard of them. I have never heard of them, and I appreciate you introducing me. Feel free to put a link, but I won't be able to stream them unless they're like Creative Commons sort of dealio. All right, there's 880. We've got 1,073 in the tank. And when we click there and add maneuvers, I don't even think I need that. There we go. Remember when the app starts to get away, point at the node. Oops, don't right click on the node. Point at the node so that the middle circle. Do you see that middle circle getting highlighted? Let me put it on the dark side so you can see it. You see it getting highlighted? Point at the node until that middle circle gets highlighted. Click and hold until the apps comes home. And then pull prograde some more. You can also click on the Apps tab so it sticks. You can actually see the number. And there's 80 right there. 80067. Excellent. It's going to take 1024. We've got 1073 in the tank. We're 75 delta V too high. We probably don't actually need those tanks on there, but that's okay. That is okay. That is okay. Oh, interesting. So we can definitely get this guy into orbit. We can definitely get this guy into orbit. The question is going to be, are we going to recover enough of this stage? Has that other stage gotten recovered yet? Not yet, apparently. Oh, there it is way back there. See it? We're like 60 kilometers from it. We're going to have a 25-second burn, so when I get to T-minus 25, I'm going to do the burn. And we are going to see what our total recovery... I'm just going to call it. I'm going to stick a fork in it right here. I'm going to call it because this guy's going to go into orbit. Even though we might not actually need those engines right there, those fuel tanks. I am just going to call it. This is the last flight on this rocket. Oh, okay, thank you. No, thank you, Nerdius. Yeah, never said you had to stream. I know, I gotcha. Drink. And I'm going to do the same thing here. I am going to fly this thing until I have a 20k periapse. I'm going to kill the engine, stage it. That's good enough. And now I'm going to go into orbit with this guy. Still need 30 meters per second. That is fine. That is exactly what we wanted to do. 81 by 76. 77. That's good enough. That's good enough. I'm okay with that. So now, it looks like our lifter got recovered. Recovered 22 kilometers from KSC. That's okay. 96.9. So 97. 100% speed. 6.08. So we got 100% speed there. Awesome. So we got 1 more percent. We recovered 30,000. Now, don't worry about that. We recovered 30,000 from that first stage. So let's change this recovery to 30,000. Remember, we increased it as well because we added a bunch of engines to it. 30,000 almost exactly. That is outstanding. Now what we need to do is just time warp until that stage there gets recovered, whatever. And the interesting thing is going to be what the orbital, or what the distance from KSC is. So there it goes. There it got recovered. Over the deserts on the far side of the planet. Let's see what we got back for that stage. Recovered 254 kilometers from KSC. 86% distance, 87% speed. What? 75% total. So we got 5,200 back. 5,200. Let's see here, 5,200. Let's just say 5,250, right? Or 5.2k. That's interesting. So we basically, I mean, it's telling us we got 75% recovered. 5236 is 75% of what number, right? So all you do is 5 to... Where is it at? Oh, 5 to... Interesting, it had some fuel left. 5 to 5.2. 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 5 Huh. 5265 was the total. So 5265 divided by 0.75. 7,000. So we lost about 1,800 credits because that landed so far away from the KSC. And we would have to... Apparently it doesn't mix it. Why didn't it use that fuel to soften the landing down to 6 meters per second? I don't know why it didn't do that. That would... I mean, that's what I would have done if I would have flown it, right? Das, if you want more music, approaching Nirvana in big giant circles. Nice. If you do links, I'll totally open up those in a new Windows. But I won't remember those names. I won't remember those names just like putting them in the chat. Or send me a message or something. Let's see here. Das, where are you going? We're testing the lifters to see how much we can get back from them. Das, what is speed referring to in that recovery window? Speed. Speed. Oh, the speed? It's going to be the landing speed. The landing speed. How softly we landed. See right here, down here it says stock module used terminal velocity of 8.15. So 8.15 landing speed. If we got it down to 6, we would get 100% back, which would be worth another 13% right there. So 13% would give us like another 180 credits. It's almost getting to where it's not worth it, right? It is almost getting to where it's not worth it. Alright, and now I've caught all that. Good deal. Excellent. Excellent. Let's see here. Let's see what we've got here. Bro, Sidon, what were you asking about the radial decouplers? What were you asking about the radial decouplers and the stack separation? Thank you, by the way. I will definitely open those in new Windows and hope that they don't start playing automatically. There we go. Cool. What were you asking, Bro Sidon, about the radial decouplers and them remaining attached? They remain attached to the part, so it's going to unbalance the probe. I usually don't use them to carry probes around. I usually use the small things. But another big caveat, das is the Oscar B is the only nodal attachment. The Oscar B is the only nodal attachment. What do you mean by that, Waterlover? What do you mean by that? The only nodal attachment? There are lots of nodal attachments in the game. The Oscar B is one of many nodal attachments. You know what I'm interested in? Why am I not using electric charge? Oh, because I have these super secret underneath solar panels. Apparently these solar panels right in here are getting charged right now. Whatever. Alright. So let's go back. Let's go back and look at this lifter's cost. Right? Let's go back, revert the flight, back to the vehicle assembly. What is this lifter costing us now? It is costing us $62,919 with the chutes. That means that it's $42,900, basically $43,000. So we added another $10K. Wait, what did I just say? I just said 42, isn't it? It's 43. 43K with how many parts? It didn't work, Cybertech! You lie. It totally didn't fix that. Oh, I just typed an X into that. Let's go back to 3x symmetry. There we go. Okay. Okay. It didn't fix that down there. Right there. That's interesting. So, I just... Did I delete something? No, I didn't. Oh, I did delete something. And I can't Control Z that. Does anybody remember what those numbers were? I know I just recovered 5,200. 5.2K. Right? And what was the first recovery? What was that number for the lifter? The kicker was 5.2K, but how much did we recover from the lifter? Dad, good night, Irene. You gotta be kidding me. Question, is this stream just for testing things? Meister Carl, we're actually using the stage recovery mod in our career mode. Was it exactly 30K? Alright, thanks guys. We're using the stage recovery mod in our career mode to see how we can efficiently recover the lifters. That's what the stream is for today. That is what we're doing. 30K. Alright, everybody's telling me 30K. 30K. So even though it cost us 43K, we recovered 35.2K of that. So the actual cost of the launch, the actual famous city here, the final cost of that DOS rocket, now that we've refixed it, comes down to 43, let's just go clear, 43 minus 30 minus 5.2 equals 7,800. 7.8K for launching that payload into orbit using stage recovery. And in fact, we could get a couple more K back if we worked on that kicker stage just a little bit. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. 30K, 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 30K. Excellent. Let me see if I missed anything in chat. Yeah, no worries, Meister Carl, no worries. Did I miss anything in chat? I mean that you cannot radially attach the Oscar B. Yes. You have to use one of the little RCS tanks and then you can radially attach it. Yes, you are correct. Oh, you can't actually radially attach it to the radial decoupler. That's what you were talking about. Gotcha. Yeah, I got you. You got to use the other part, like an octo-core or something like that. There was that. Anything else did I miss? It didn't have a probe to control it. Oh, Volgar, that's why. It didn't have a probe to control it. So it needs a probe on that so we could actually get a full speed recovery by putting a probe core on it. That's awesome. Oh. Gotcha. Did I miss anything else? Same for me is a beast at meeting him, so that's cool. Am I sandbox or career? Jolly Rager, I am in career right now. I'm in career right now. Tilt him. Nope. Alright, I did read all the way up to there. I don't think I missed anything else. Pyrofire, thanks a lot. Alright. So if we just put a probe core on our kicker stage, then we would be able to recover it. What would that cost us? 300? Wow, I almost totally think we should do that. I don't have the cubic octostrut yet. I don't have a good way to attach that probe core to it. Do I have anything that costs almost nothing? I don't want that. That's too heavy. I don't really have a good way. I don't have a probe core to really attach to it. Yeah. What's the headset? The Oracle. I love this headset. Spartan, thank you. This is a Turtle Beach X31. It is a Turtle Beach X31. The X31 is actually for Xbox. That's why. Here you go, Turtle Beach Air Force X31. Does that actually show up on the camera? Let me look. Air Force X31. Air Force X31. Dang, that washes that light out. I need a less light mode. Das, in a standard unmodded recovery, how much value do you get back on your parts? 0, Battle Scar. 0. Stage recovery is a mod, and if you don't have the mod installed, unless you go and fly them separately, you don't get anything back. So is it possible to switch back to the other craft, right? And then fly it manually and try to get it recovered, then hop back to your other craft, yada yada yada. Yes, it is possible to do that, but in stock game, unless you do that, you will not get anything else back. Stage recovery is what's doing that for us. Anyways, this is actually an Xbox headset. That's why I have this, because this is supposed to plug into your Xbox controller while you play with the wireless controller. But I've got it adapted so that I could put it into my computer. I used to use it on Xbox, and I just have it like that with a little adapter sort of set up over here. So that's what this is. It's Air Force X31 by Turtle Beach. And it works like a charm. It's comfortable. I can wear it forever. I mean, I'm good to go. So the final cost was 7.8. If we could find a way to attach this probe core, we could get a little bit more out of it, and it wouldn't cost us that much. It would basically be one octostrut. Can we get the octostrut? Do I need electric charge too? That would be a big question for me. Do I need the octostruts as well? Erebus. It's too small, and I've got the space shuttle I've got the craft kind of stacked together right now, so I don't want that little weak part as a load-bearing part on the craft like that. I could just stack it in there, but that's not what I want to do. Where is the octostrut? I've only got 63 science, so I doubt I'm going to be able to unlock it, which is lame. I could use that. How much does that part cost? 5,400 entry purchase. I'm not really worried about that. I could use that part if it's not very expensive. Empty. I don't think that I can unlock the octostrut at this time. So I'd really need the octostrut. Yeah, that's the big stuff. I bet you it's like in miniaturization or something up here at the top. That's when you learn to make a tiny strut. It's not that they didn't know how to do it, it's just that they didn't think of it, is the tagline on that. And I don't really see a better way. Those bigger chutes may be a good deal. How much do they cost? I wish it would tell you how much they cost. I'm just going to go for this for now. I'll research it. No, I have 160 science. I can't research it. Ah, whatever. Let's just roll with it. R. Bremer. Take it easy, R. Bremer. Chat, who built the Harvard KSA emblem? Luis had one, I know. Battle Scar. The question was about what? I just answered your question. Battle Scar. Oh, in a standard unmodded recovery, you don't get anything back unless you fly it manually. Getting it back like that is totally a mod. It is totally a mod. So you wouldn't get anything back from that lifter unless you had some way to switch back to the lifter, fly it, pop it, shoots, let it land, and then go back to your other ship. Which is not great for getting into orbit, as it turns out. Alright. Dodge drink. Oh, excellent. Okay, here we go. An activated engine, excluding solid fuel. Powered engines. Engine's ISP will be properly averaged. So here's the big question, Volgar. Does it use the chutes and the engines, I wonder? The chutes and the engines. I wonder if it uses the chutes and the engines. And I don't have a very good way to put that probe core on there. I could always just do this sort of number, right? How much does this probe core cost? 450. I'd rather put the Octo on there. It would be cheaper to put the Octo in a little strut. I'm not going to worry about it. I actually want to go over to the asparagus rocket and get it recovered as well. Because I want to see how the asparagus stacks up whenever you're recovering these pieces. So, what does that shoot? Oh, that's the lander. This is all this stuff. Alright. I'm just going to save this as it is, and we say that this launch right here cost us a total of that right there, 7.8k, which is awesome. Let's save that. Let's open up the asparagus one and see what we've got. What's up, Dark Templar? How's it going? You got it. Good deal, Battlescar. Good deal. Good deal. Alright, so here's the asparagus rocket, and we're going to need to add enough chutes to these to recover each stage. So let's go like this. Wait a second. I don't know. We were going to look at the dry mass of that other stage and add it up, but that may take too long to go. I don't want to go to the other rocket right now. So let's go there with 2x symmetry. Let's go there with 2x symmetry. There's not really a way to not put 2x symmetry on that middle stage, so I'm just going to have to put 2x symmetry. I wonder if I could just put 1 and then fly it that way. That's basically thinking that one of these mods will do it. Meister Carl, scroll down my channel and you'll actually see, excuse me. You'll see that the links directly to download that stuff are right there in my channel. Right there in the channel. There you go. Yeah, somebody pop that off. The Thader mods. Alright. I've put these chutes on here. Now I just need to get them to stage at the correct time. So this one goes first. So when that one goes, we need to put those there. That one goes second. So when those stage, I need to put them there. And the inner core goes third. And when that happens, I need that to go there. So let's go see if this is enough shootage to actually get into orbit. Well, two things. To take off and to get into orbit. Let's go see if this thing can be recovered. I didn't write down the cost of the rocket either. Which I should go do. So the cost of this rocket, 47540. 47540 total cost. So the cost of it's actually 27540. 27540. Let's look at that. It is going to be right here. The asparagus one, let me just take these SRB things down here, put them in there. The asparagus one, so with chutes, it cost what? 27.5, right? 27.5k. And the part count was 36 to 30. So 30 parts. Hey, what did I just press? A lot of keys. Parts. 30 parts, like that. Alright, and then we're going to need the lifter, the kicker. That's not right at all. The kicker, and the final cost, I think it is, right? Alright, so now we're good. Let's launch this. Let's see if it gets into orbit, and let's see if it actually recovers the stages. I don't know if one shoot is going to be enough to safely recover those. DOS, atmospheric delta V of at least 2.5 times the terminal velocity after parachutes. Otherwise, it's just 2.5 the terminal velocity indicated in the editor helper. Oh, okay. So we'll definitely be, it's only going to be like 8 or 10 or 20 meters per second of delta V. I gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. Plus the probe core. So let's launch this. Panel lock, throttle up, SAS engaged. Shoots are already staged. 3, 2, 1, space. And let's go into space like this. It is stage recovery. Stage recovery. Nasia, no, you can land on the moon with 1.22, Nasia. You can totally land on the moon. Gosh. Pardon me. You just got hooked to watching you before you actually read down there. No worries, no worries. There's a mod that puts KSP data on the screen. What do you mean, Simiclept? Engineer or something? Or KSP data on the screen. What do you mean by that? Let me know. And I'm going to drink and not talk for just a minute. You know? Oops. Stage went out. Whoa! What blew up? What blew up? I don't even know what just blew up. Let's see if that stage recovers. Or if it destroys the pad. That's asparagus staging for you. It says that it... Okay, some stuff got recovered. We got a parachute. And we lost our expensive stuff. So we just recovered the parachute, and we did not actually recover any of the expensive stuff. That right there is going to be the radial decoupler bug, it looks like. Let's see if the same thing happens up here. I didn't do an effective gravity turn, but let's see if the same thing happens. Ay, that's annoying. That is definitely the radial decoupler bug. So one thing blew up. I think 2 fuel tanks blew up. No, I think 2 fuel tanks blew up. I think 2 fuel tanks blew up. Which is weird. Bibbits in Mercenary Blue. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Bibbits, you actually followed a while ago. I hope I didn't miss you. In Mercenary Blue, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Dos Valdez. Learning how to space. We're trying to see how we can get the most money back from our rockets. That's why I've got this huge notepad looking thing up here. That is why I've got the huge notepad looking thing. Volgar the Almighty, but it's not stock. It is not stock. That looks interesting. So I don't want to install the fix because in KSA I don't want my rockets to work when other people's rockets won't work, right? So that is why I will not install it, because it's not stock. When my rocket explodes, I want somebody with a stock game to also have their rocket explode. That is why I do that. And I know that there's a couple fixes. There's like a DLL fix, and there is a there's 50. And now I can burn into my orbit. There's both a DLL fix and there is a configuration file fix. There's a couple different fixes for it. But I don't want my rockets to work and then people in my stream to go, dude, Das, you said this was going to work and I saw you do it, but then I did it myself and it didn't work. What's going on? I really don't want that to be the case. So, that is why I don't install the fix. We will have to fix it another way. Stage recovered. Oh, those other stages aren't gone yet. I'm just going to leave these things up there. But that broke apart. We're going to have to make those things not break apart so they recover in one piece. What's the mod that allows... It's actually Image Viewer. It's like Image Viewer, like this. Image Viewer. And it's really awesome. 2 shoutouts is fine by you. Nice, Bibbits. Awesome. That's awesome. Alright. 64. Yep, I'm just going to keep on burning with the orbit like this. And let's see if we've got enough Delta V. I have a feeling we're going to have enough Delta V to get into orbit. I'm not really too worried about it. And I'm just going to go by the same rules. Even though my stage had extra Delta V left over, I'm going to go by the same rules here. And we're still going to have to fix those stages, because having them explode and not get recovered is not good. What's my YouTube channel? Right there. Mod's got my back. Appreciate it. Domobot. Domobot. What's up, Domobot55? Welcome to the Academy. We're trying to continue on what we learned yesterday in terms of recovering stages. Oh, there we popped most of more things, and it looks like they successfully recovered. So let me get this up here, and then time warp. There's an 80k Apoaps. I've got 170 in the tank. It looks like I'm going to have more than enough, because we should not need 170 to circularize this orbit. Let me just get this set up right quick. There we go. Wait for the periaps to flip. Nope, wait for it to flip back now. 80 by 80, that's fine. It's going to take... That doesn't get into orbit! Maybe. Maybe. I think well, let's see. If it ends with under a 20k periaps, we'll see how close to 20k it gets. Basically, if it's somewhere between 0 and 20k, I'll just roll with it, right? Because we need a 14-second burn coming up in a minute and a half, and it's going to cost us 218, and we only have a tank. We only have 170 in the tank. Sarian, dude, good deal. What'd you say? Vacations? What? Off to home from work. Yay, we can have vacation. Nice, 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 Sarian. Okay, we'll be here. We will definitely be here. What is this, a minute? Yeah, I've got a 7-second burn. DOS, mission update, rescuing Kerbal in orbit by remembering what you taught about using the nav ball. Haikiba! Congratulations! Good job, Haikiba. I'm glad you got the Kerbal orbit. I've got you got the Kerbal orbited. The Kerbal orbited? Kerbal rescued, I think is what I meant to say. Congratulations. Good job, Cadet Haikiba. RPA Store Gaming. DOS, what up, buddy? RPA Store Gaming. What up, buddy? We are trying to get as much money from these stages back as we can. So we are going to have to see if we get into orbit here. It's going to be a 7-second, or it's a 14-second burn. At T-minus 7 seconds is when I'm going to pop the engine. 9, 8, 7. Launch it. I'm just going to let it die. What is my periaps going to be? I think it's going to be okay. Yes, it made it with 7 meters per second of delta V to spare. It made the cutoff with 7 meters per second of delta V left. Oops. And then I just mucked it up. That's okay. I can always fly it, I guess. Ooh, it's not gonna... Ooh, that's not good. Oh no, I put that extra 7 meters per second of delta V in. Dang it. Well, we're gonna have to do this anyways. The Kerbal has been orbited. The Kerbal has definitely been orbited. Alright, hopefully, when I just decoupled him, he got enough retrograde delta V. I still need to go into orbit, by the way. Good enough. And let's see here. Let me set this guy as the target. Go check his periaps. 24. Dang it. Dang it. Let's see here. Let's see what we've got here. RPA Store, I do remember you. I do remember you. I'm glad you came back. We haven't seen you in a couple streams. But thank you for coming back, and I appreciate the kind words. Abso-positively lootly, senor. It should, I know, Vogar. It's because we've been testing some mods. It's absolutely because we've been testing some mods here. That is definitely a problem, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see, I don't think we're gonna get this stage recovered. Unless it loses some delta V, I don't think there's anything I can do to get the stage recovered. Using stage recovery. Because it's just not going to go under 23, you know? Watch. It's never going to get cleaned up because there's its periaps. Wing! And it didn't get recovered. And if I switch to it, I can't revert the flight. I totally mucked that up. Let's look at the other ones. We know we're going to have to do another launch. We know we're going to have to do another launch. Stage recovered. 87.6% speed. So one little shoot is not enough. Update mod list or riot. The problem is I've got like 3 different mod lists now, right? I will do that. After the stream today, I will do that. I will do that. I should get that done. 96% distance, 87% speed. So we need to put another shoot on that to recover more of that. What is the next one? These guys totally got exploded by the freaking bug. And then this is nutty. So it's not enough. It's not enough. Let me delete everything now. Click through. Revert flight. Back to the vehicle assembly. We're going to have to do something like this. And this may actually make us not get into orbit this time. We had 7 extra meters per second at Delta V. Because look, these guys will not recover correctly with just that chute. You actually got to put more chutes on them. Oh, the fuel line. Is it the fuel line? Oop, I had it. I had it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, I'll just do the fuel lines here. Asparagus fixed. And tell me that I got enough clearance to put these down. Yes, okay. Alright, so now those will recover, and that tells me that this central one will definitely recover. I have a feeling this may barely get us into orbit, though. This may barely get into orbit. R, then pronounced Pastor like Pastor. Oh! R Pastor Gaming. R Pastor Gaming. I apologize for mispronouncing your name. I see RPA Store Gaming. R Pastor Gaming. Or R Pastore. R Pastore or R Pastor. I gotcha. I apologize for mispronouncing your name. Sometimes you never know, though. You never know. I think if you raise your decouplers to the bottom of the top tank, the center tank, you might blow up less DOS. Okay. We will try it. Just made an SSTO rocket with a 60-ton payload. Only cost 400k. Nice, Ironhawks. That is absolutely awesome. Is it a rocket or is it air breathing? I am very interested in that as to whether or not it's air breathing or it's a rocket. We can't. We can't do that. Dang it. That's going to screw up all of our stuff. Let's see here. Because that's not the node, right? You're not the node, dude. He's the node. Take this off like that. I have to take that off like that. I'd have to put this guy on there. And then I'd have to put this down like this. That would fix it. That would blow those off, right? And in fact, those are not the ones that we need. Those are not the ones that we need. So let's take that off. Let's put this here in 2x symmetry. Got it. Let's pull the same nonsense that we did. That. And that. And then I'm going to get this. Put that there. Is all my staging back? No. My staging is totally hosed. Well, it's backwards. It's not hosed, I guess. It's just backwards. Like, apparently when we put that on, we put it on like that. And we had it rotated? Like that. That's how we had it. Alright, anything else? I would feel better if they were strutted at the bottom, but, it's a rocket. Okay, it's a single-stage rocket to orbit with a 60-ton payload. Nice. You're trying out your rocket now. Nice, Pastore. Just noticed I've been rocking the DOS look. My Nintendo cap with headphones and occasional sunglasses on. Okay, I don't have sunglasses today. I didn't wear them today. Hey, Ironhawks, was that using the stage recovery mod? Was that using the stage recovery mod or no? Let me know, because I'm very interested if that was stage recovery or not. These things are going to lose a lot of Delta V by pointing out, and I think we're going to save Delta V if we put struts on there. However, the struts will make it decouple with less force, which is maybe what we want. It's totally annoying to strut asparagus staging, because we got to go like that. Then we've got to go from the middle over to here. And because you're not doing symmetry, the rocket is very likely to wobble or spin, because you can't get exact symmetrical strutting down there. The banes of asparagus staging. Let us launch this rocket right here. 3946 is going to be pretty darn tootin' close. Let me fix these. These go first. I better make sure that these are going first as well. Yeah, okay, those go first. And those go. And I also need these, okay. So that's this one. And this one. And then I need these to go, which are these down here. So like that. And then I need what to go? Then I need the 2 on the central core to go. And that should be good right there. That should be good. 1.72 on the pad as well. Let's save that. Let's launch it. and see what we got. Das, with stage recovery, did I recover? So it cost you? It cost you 400,000 credits with stage recovery? Do the struts actually reduce decoupler force? I think that they do. We were noticing yesterday that the positioning of the struts changed whether or not a rocket exploded. It would, like, if we strutted at just the top, it would clamp us in, but if we strutted at the top and the bottom, it wouldn't. It would separate cleanly. So I think that they do. I think they do. I'm not sure. We could test that. We could test that. Panel lock, throttle up, SAS engage, shoot staging engage, 3, 2, 1, space. There we go. There we go. You can't ride car because it automatically changes to the symmetry of the part you're pointing at, and the problem is we have 2 parts with 2x symmetry each. So, could I... Okay, it didn't cost you 400, that's just... Okay, I gotcha. We could strut it with 4x symmetry from the middle to the outside, but we can't strut like that using 4x symmetry. There's no way that it'll let us do that. So I'm going to have to drop this stage. You know, another problem is probably the fact that the chutes pop right away. Okay, that worked. Having the struts at the bottom and the decouplers at the top busted them away in the way that we needed. Good thinking, good thinking. Now we don't have struts on this, though. That's okay. I think that'll be okay. Let's wait for stage recovery. When those parts get 2.3 kilometers away, watch. When they get 2.3 away, they're going to disappear. 2.5, sorry, 2.5 away. They went out of physics range, they were in atmosphere, so they got cleaned up. Survey says stage recovered. 98% distance, 99.4% speed. So that was exactly what we needed. Look, we got 5,000 back per stage there. So that was 10,000. Asparagus is so complex, I think I'm going to have to write it down. It was basically 10, 200. 10.2 for that first stage, and then I didn't do the freaking gravity turn. Then I didn't do the gravity turn. Well, let's just do an obtuse gravity turn here. You made it into orbit, Pastore? Nice. Nice. I might have made up for Tell Das to burn the other night. Wait, what? What do you mean? You might have made up for Tell Das to burn the other night, huh? Oh, you... Oh my gosh. You made it into orbit! Dude! Pastor, that is awesome. That is absolutely awesome, and thank you for the mission report. I love mission reports coming into my channel. And I love it when they're capitalized, and I love it when there's exclamation points at the end. That makes me feel like a happy camper. Oh! And then that broke that stage. Yay. Okay, so now we've got a problem with this stage decoupling. And it decoupled fine last time when the decouplers were down here. So on that stage, we need to have it at the top, and on this stage, we need to have it at the bottom. And now the rocket's gonna lean. Dang it. 2x symmetry. And now I've got to rebuild this silly thing. Alright, take that off. Put this here. Move it down a little bit. Das. There we go. Right, like that is where it should be. Yep. And then we'll put this back on the top. Okay. And now I hope that that amount of offset is enough. I guess I could always put it further down. I guess I could put it further down. Do the same thing, just strut from the core to the side boosters at the bottom. I think putting these things down here will fix the problem because the center of mass is a lot lower. Because the center of mass is lower, so I'm just gonna roll with this instead of putting additional struts. Strut from the center down at the bottom. I like following users' advice. I do like following users' advice, so I will do that for you. So like that, in 2x symmetry, I strutted from the central core out to the rocket. So that should be good. Godzilla, what's going on? What's going on? Multiple game instances? Yes, I do have multiple game instances. That's I think the easiest way to keep it straight. There's actually a mod that does it. There is a mod that does it, but I found it to be a little bit finicky. So there we go. I started from the central core out. That's gonna remove that mass. I don't know. Let's see. I have a feeling that since I moved that and I did the strut, maybe I broke it. But let's see. Let's go blow up some rockets or something. Yeah. Oh. How are we doing on time? Yeah, nice. It's only 11:06. Throttle up, panel lock, SAS engage. Shoot staging good. 3, 2, 1, space bar. Right, get it? Space bar. Drink. Let me check the chat. You do separatrons to avoid having parts collide with each other. Yep, we'll get there next. RPA or RPastor. No. Not cool. You know something? There wasn't a rocket there when you started playing the game. There's not a rocket there now because it blew up. Make another rocket and launch it. Welcome to Kerbal Space Program. Well, my computer decided it was a great time to kill itself, so now I have a question. What happened? Kerbal is safe, says Haikibasa, or Haikiba. We are continuing to deal with asparagus frustrations here. That worked, but we're trying to get the asparagus stage parts recovered with the asparagus stage rocket so we can see how much we get back from that. That's what we're doing right now, trying to recover those asparagus stages. We fixed one stage and the other stage stopped working, then hopefully we fixed this stage now. We don't even know if we have enough Delta V to get into orbit. We'll check it out. That stage right there recovered successfully. Good. Gravity turn. Focus, DOS. Focus. Looks like we're not moving around very much, so that's okay. There's time for a gravity turn. So there we go with the, it's not a gravity turn. There we go for the orbital maneuver, the orbital pitch maneuver or whatever y'all were calling it last night. Since this is not actually a gravity turn. Inspirational words by DOS. Honestly, I said the same thing whenever the Antares mission blew. Just because a rocket blows up, we don't stop going into space. We need to get into space at some point. Doesn't need to be tomorrow, but we need to get back into space. It's a pity that we've gone almost 50 freaking years, from 70 till now. 45 years, and we have not been back to the moon. We have not done a lot of things, manned-wise. It's an absolute pity to me that that is the case. Let's see if this is going to work, though. I'll take it. It wasn't great, but I'll take it, right? I will take that. Shadow 905100, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I appreciate the follow. In my ears. Why is it not a gravity turn? Because we're not using gravity to pull the top of the rocket over, is what I was told by the pedantic the pedantic people last night. Orion test 1 month away. Tybot, have you ever seen the NASA media credentials where the social media people can get special access? I think that if I get enough viewers, I could totally count as social media, and I would absolutely love to get enough followers and apply for one of those NASA media credential things to get special access to the launch. Clearly I'm not going to do it in time for Orion, right? But I see that stuff all the time, and I would absolutely love to go to a launch with the special media credentials. That's awesome, bro! Is following the channel. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Awesome, bro. I'm Das Valdez. I'm trying to recover stages. Those 2 stages were bueno, and we got back 5.1 each, which is good. We'll add all this up at the end. Choir pedantic. Nice. The next trick is to see if this gets into a suitable orbit. To see if it gets into a suitable orbit. The Mars expansion pack to real life has become vaporware. The ridiculous thing is that Werner von Braun, as I've been corrected before, started drawing up all these plans for Mars missions and craft designs. I've actually got some craft that are designed after his original space transport system, right? his original space transport system. And it's just a pity that we got to the moon and we're like, oh no, it's only rocks and minerals and things, and we don't have any business being here, and then we didn't fund it anymore. We spent our money on the Cold War instead. Which is a little bit annoying, you know, but what can you do? That's history. That's how it goes. I'm not even going to get a 67, 68, 79, 80. I have 58 Delta V left in the tank. And I've got negative 57. Have I played Take on Mars? No, I didn't really like the cinematic-ocity of it. It was very much not sandboxy, and it was very much, hello, my name is the Mission Control, and I will hold your hand through all the stuff. I saw Scott Manley's videos on it, but I did not ever actually play it myself. I'm just going to go. I'm going to put the rest of this into my Apo-Apps. I've got basically 4 more seconds of burn here, right? 58 meters per second of Delta V. And let's hope, beyond hope, that this gets us into a proper orbit up here. Let me fast forward. Otherwise, we're going to have to add Delta V to this rocket. So I'm just going to start the burn at T-2 to Apo-Apps. I'm looking at it in Engineer right there. There's 20, 19. Right here is where I'm looking. Right there, if you needed to see it. Let me turn 10 to Apo-Apps, 9 to Apo-Apps, 8 to Apo-Apps, 7 to Apo-Apps, 6 to Apo-Apps, 5, 4, 3, 2, burn. Oh, it missed it by 1,000. I'm just going to let it happen. It really needs to have another fuel tank added to it. But I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Even though that didn't exactly get us to the mission parameter, it's close enough that we won't spend time on it. And right there is our payload in orbit. Now what we need to do is add up our recovery parts. Add up our recovery parts, and we'll see what that decouples as. It just barely didn't make it. Did y'all see that? It's so close. I'm just going to let it ride. I'm just going to let it ride. Rodina? Is it free, Nerdist? What do you think about Mars 1? What do you think about Mars 1, the mission? I haven't looked into it too much, honestly. I've really been following Rosetta, because that's kind of the big thing happening right now. Wait, what is this? Mission play KSP status delayed due to KSA. Jim, sorry. Vice, what's up? That's not pedantic. Oh! Sorry, pedantic. That's truly pedantic of you. Jump off a cliff. See, LAC saying hello to One Das Valdez and telling him to drink. Large Hadron Collider will do it. There we go. A trip to the Mars bar factory. I really haven't looked into it much. I really need to look into that stuff more. But I have not looked into that. Let's let this debris deorbit. At least it's not going to have any trouble deorbiting, right? Because it's going to crash into the ocean. But let's just time warp on around until that happens. A lot more of my Delta V than I expected. We really should have said the lifter needs to get it there using under X amount, right? There we go. So now we've got 5 recovered stages. Let's add up what we got. For this one, recovered 596.78 kilometers, 71% distance, 99.8% speed. So it landed at a good speed, but it was a long way away. It lost all of its money to that. That's still 37. 3.7 for that one stage. So let's just close that. Why can't I go to the next one? There we go. Here we go. 28.3 kilometers from KSC. 96.7% distance, 99.4% speed. Close enough. That one right there is 5,000 this time. 5,000 recovery on that one. So 5K times 2. And 0.66, that's 5091, so that's 5.1 times 2. So the total for the recovered stages there, 5.1. I'll just do plus 5.1 plus 5 plus 5 plus 3.7 equals 23.9. So let's just call it 24. So the total for all the recovered stages was 24. 24. And actually, I don't need any of this. It's actually just... Was that the final cost? Okay, it's just recovered 24. Okay. So the final cost would be the cost of the rocket minus that. Let's go have a look. Did I jot that down correctly? 27.5. I don't think I got it in the very end. Let's go back. Let's revert the flight. Back to the VAB again. You guys are like, Das, you're such a tease. You're such like an orbital tease. You keep getting me into orbit and then it just, nothing happens. You're just like, alright, we're in orbit. Let's revert. I'm not gonna take that joke any further. So we've got all this stuff. The final cost of the rocket, $49,480. So basically $29,500 was the cost of the rocket. $29,500. And the part count on it was 76. So 40 parts. 40 parts. After we added the struts and everything we needed for this thing not to blow itself to pieces. So, and then we recovered, wait, it was 24K, 29.5, so that's 5.5K. 5.5K was the final cost because it was 29.5 and it was 24. Why do I need to type this into a calculator? That's pretty sad, honestly. 29.5 minus 24 equals 5.5K. Not too shabby. So the asparagus staging was 5. Can y'all all see that? Is that coming up correctly? 5.5K to get the barely, not quite, but I let it slide. We really should put another fuel tank on there, but I'm not going to worry about it. What is this? What are we talking about? Mars 1, pseudoscience, so many factors in just getting to Mars that need to be researched. You sign up now and you'll likely be dead before you get close to Mars. What? Professor Brent Wedge? I haven't been following that chat and I don't really understand what people are talking about. I do doubt it'll actually amount to an actual mission, but the hype for a Mars mission means it's likely to happen soon. I would buy that. Corporate sponsors, Dr. Pepper. Sponsoring the Mars mission. Alright. I'm okay with this rocket. I'm okay with this rocket. And the long and short of it, I felt like it was more confusing to put this rocket together. I mean, I knew what I was doing, but I got really frustrated by the bugs in the radial coupler. I wish that would get fixed. It's Mars 1. No, I know that's what you're talking about, but there's a lot of stuff going on. I didn't really want to look at it. There's so much that we can learn without sending people on suicide runs. Proper science. I would probably go on it. I would go on it. Even if there was only a 50% chance I would make it home, I would still probably go on it. Even if there was a 25%. I don't know. I would really have to think about it. I would really have to think about it. People have to do that. We got to get out there. We can't keep whining and complaining about why we can't do stuff. Oh, we need to research it for another 20 years. No, I'm not okay with that. We should be building bases on the moon already. And then we should be going to Mars. You know? There's no chance of making it home. It's not launched yet. How can you tell me there's no chance of making it home? The idea of Mars home is that you're not coming home at whatsoever. In fun, that's exactly why I started saying that. I was like, I would go, and then I was like, wait, I don't think so. They're sending people there to live forever. I would probably... Did you do a link? Did you do a link, Nerdiest? Did I miss the link? If I did not have a kid, I would go on a one-way mission to Mars. Even if it was one-way. One day I'll tell y'all why I would do that. But I would go on a one-way mission to Mars. Absolutely. I wouldn't... If I didn't have a kid, I wouldn't even think about it. I would sign up for that. I would sign up for that. As long as I can stream KSP while I was going. Just kidding. Do pre-recorded KSP streams. Let's vote to send DOS. But since I have a kid, that changes the entire equation. That would change the entire equation. Anyways, let's not worry about that right now. I would do it. I would do it. Because if there are people out there that want to volunteer to do that, I don't think that we should say that they can't. If there's some, not of coming home, right, but just launch them out there and say you're going to run out of supplies in 30 days and then you're going to die, right? If there's some capability for growing things or living longer or something like that, even if it's just living for long enough till another thing comes, another mission comes or something like that, I would still go. If it was you're going to crash into Mars, absolutely that's the plan, to crash you into Mars and kill you. No, I wouldn't do that. Anyways. The kid would lay way yes and lose just Delta V. Das Mars hype. What's up, Evil Knievel? How's it going? Oh my gosh, and Pastor there saying his prototype 2.0 has reached orbit. Here's what we've learned. Here's what we've learned. The recovery helps us out a lot. With the asparagus, let me bring this up here to the middle. With the asparagus staging, the overall cost of launching the rocket is 13 less, 14 less, right? Which is a significant factor. It's basically 30 versus 43. So it is almost 50% cheaper to use the asparagus staging in terms of launch cost. Ripping that apart because I'm clicking on that. However, the actual launch cost, the recovered launch cost, is a difference of 2 point whatever. So again, that's 50% more expensive, I guess. 5.5. The difference only being 2.8K. Actually, less than that. 2.3K. So 2.3K is just about half of 5.5, right? So the asparagus staging with the recovery is more efficient. It is more parts. It's more complex to put together. But in the end, you do cost a little bit less money. 2.3K less, which you can sneeze and plant 20 flags and get that much. And it is also less to actually launch the mission. And I know why that is. I know why that is. Because we have less engines on this entire thing, right? And the entire thing that we're doing is that kicker stage. That kicker stage has a lot lower thrust to weight, right? Because it gets higher with the lower thrust to weight. So I'm almost wondering if I could do the same thing by what is going on there? I don't even know what that is. What? How about some Orion hype? Not exactly Mars, but at least it's better than shuttles. I'll give some Orion some hype. Absolutely. So anyways, the asparagus staging is a little bit cheaper. The last thing that I want to do is go over to SRB2, the absolute bottom mission, and see how much that cost us. So the asparagus staging is good with these size parts. Let's save it. Can I get a song suggestion? RPA, I don't bother with songs. It takes up too much time. I keep calling you RPA. R, Pastor. I don't usually do song. I don't do song requests because it takes too much away from the stream. Wait, Das, did you just say asparagus was cheapest and most efficient? It's not, Ironhawks. I just said I wanted to get to SRB2, which is already insanely cheap compared to the other rockets. I mean, it is half the cost of the asparagus staging already by using SRBs instead. So, it is a little bit, it's 50% cheaper than what I usually throw together, right? For the smaller low-tech engine parts. And it is more, it's double the cost of SRB2. Well, we need to go put chutes on that, although this one already has chutes on it. It's double the cost of SRB2. So, it's definitely not the cheapest and most efficient. It's definitely not the easiest way to do it, because the SRBs beat it by a lot. I also am going to do another stream where I look at the bigger parts, because we're launching a little tiny payload. A little tiny payload right here. And I still think that once the engines get more expensive, asparagus is not going to be very close. I don't think it. I don't think that it's going to be that same huge difference. Anyways, that EM drive. Woot for SRB2 and its auto turn. You are right. That EO drive was a bunch of junk, guys. That EM drive that was like coming out of China and that guy wrote that paper. What a bunch of junk. It was just bad testing. It was just bad testing. I don't think that EM drive was doing anything. And I think the NASA PR person who wrote the response to it didn't do a very good job. But I think that thing's totally bunk. I hope we find new drive technologies, but I think that one was a little bit too wishful thinking. Alright, that was ASP1. Let's go over to the other thing. Let's do the SRB2, which knocks asparagus out of the water. In fact, it's also got that sweet, sweet gravity turn. And in fact, I really want to do this, and I don't know if this is going to work. I do know that we said that it's not really worth recovering these, but let me toss some chutes on them and see if it is going to actually recover them. Fork symmetry, boss. There we go. And then we'll put this up there. I don't think those little tiny chutes will recover these things, but let's just launch it and see. Save it. Auto gravity turn. Engage. If you have never seen a rocket that you don't have to give any control inputs. In fact, I will put my keys back on the screen here. There you go. Don't worry about that stuff. We'll find it. Have you ever gone to orbit without pressing any buttons? This rocket is not only insanely cheap. Alright. Was it SAS on or off? I can't remember. I'll go with SAS off first. Alright. Throttle up. Panel lock. No SAS on this rocket. And let's just launch it and see what happens. 3, 2, 1, spacebar. I'm not for. I'm at 3 hours right now, so. And I had my tea for the first 2-hour stint, and I had 7.5 ounces of Dr. Pepper for my next 2-hour stint, and then coming up in 30 minutes, I get another drink. I have SAS off. Yes, I do have SAS off. Thank you. Oh man, but I'm gonna have to roll control it. Remember? I was like, oh, you don't actually have to press anything. I'm just gonna roll the rocket. I'm just gonna roll the rocket here. I'm not actually gonna do anything beyond rolling the rocket. Because that's how we control our ascent. We roll the rocket. Because it just turns like this, and there's nothing we can do about it. SAS off. Got it. Got it. Not too bad. Not too bad. He's pretty angular. You guys, R Divine, what's going on? You guys are all over this whole drive the rocket, DOS, drive the rocket. Y'all are all over this Mars 1 thing. I mean, my opinion, I'm happy to give my opinion on channel, and I know some people won't agree with it. But my opinion would be that if people are willing to spend the money to back it, and people are willing to risk their lives to do it, I don't think that you should say that they can't do it. I don't think that you could say. If people voluntarily sign up for it, and people are willing to pay to back it, I would just go with it. I would totally just go with it and say that that's okay. SRB, no, you subtract 20. You subtract 20 from it because 20,000 credits is the payload cost. 20,000 credits is absolutely the payload cost. So this part up here, that's the payload, cost 20,000. We made it an even 20,000, so we could just subtract 20k from it, and that would get us there. Let's see if those stages... Stage recovered! 18 kilometers, speed 14.2%, 11.56. Wow, it barely got there. But still, that gave us 526, which is... We lost money on that. We actually lost money on that because the chutes cost 300 each. The chutes definitely cost 300 each, and we just spent. We just spent 1,200 to 500. Yeah, we lost money on putting chutes on those things. We should have just let them die. We should have just let them die. All right. I've got to increase this until my apoapse gets higher. I've got to get up out of the supersphere, right? And then I've got to burn straight prograde for as long as I can. But the supersphere thing is not going to work for me. I've got to get it up to like 40 at least, and then I'll burn straight prograde. I do need more chutes, I do. And then that's going to be a problem. Luis! Is Luis here? Where's Luis? What haircut DOS got? You're hilarious, Jim. You're absolutely hilarious. Those are long links, too. I do need more chutes. I do need more chutes. Oh, it has been a while, right, Chucks? It's been a while since... Oh, you mean my survey? You can't launch SRB2 that way. What do you mean I can't launch it that way? I can't launch it that way. What do you mean? What did I do wrong? Did I forget something? I didn't have SAS engaged. I didn't turn SAS on until I did this. Yeah, I saw that one. Everybody knows what that is. SRB2 had to drive its way through the upper atmosphere. SRB2 had to drive its way. What do you mean SRB2 had to drive away through the upper atmosphere? Did I turn too much or something, or did I not rotate enough? What did I do wrong? I can't remember. I knew that I needed to rotate it. Where's Luis? Looks away, Luis comments. I didn't actually see Luis comment. I don't see Luis. There he is, right there. Right there. That wasn't on my screen. Luis, do you have that KSA shield? Thader was looking for that KSA shield, the blue one you did. That is not an orbit at all. That's not even close to an orbit. Interesting. So what did I do wrong? The blue one, please. The blue one, Luis. Not the new one, but the Harvard-looking one, I think. And we're still going to have to work on that. You didn't push it up to 80 right away. You did more horizontal all the way up. I did more horizontal all the way up. So I didn't lose as much to steering. Okay. I definitely was getting steering losses last night. I definitely didn't go just straight horizontal. But I will try to revert it again. I will try to revert it again. What's up, Damask? How's it going? And that wasn't a good separation anyway, so let's go back to the VAB. Let's revert the flight to the vehicle assembly. I wonder how badly I was beating terminal velocity most of that way, because I'm definitely going to have to put more shootage on here. Like that, right? Pastore, I'm streaming tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow an earlier stream. Tomorrow an earlier stream. I almost think that that took way too much off. We're 1.62 on the pad. Let's put a little bit less even. Because we're going to start exceeding it like crazy. Let's launch it like this right here. And see what we get. And I need to burn more. I almost feel like the gravity turn is too hardcore. Throttle up. Pen lock. No SAS engaged. 3, 2, 1, space. Revert flight to launch. That stupid shoot staging. Gosh, it should be like, are you sure that your first stage should only be at the top of the burn? You had an empty stage 2, meaning you dropped whatever was in it. At the top of your burn, you had an empty stage 2, meaning you dropped whatever was in it. Oh yeah, no, that's on purpose. Those are the gravity turn SRBs. Those are the gravity turn things. Yeah, that is intentional. Dropping those things. All right, let's take off again. I actually want to watch my surface tab. Honestly, can I just do this? Can I do surface? Can I come down here to atmospheric efficiency? Yep, I can. I can install it. And that's going to put it there at the bottom. Yes. That is cool. That way I don't have to have this whole thing up, and I can close this. Cybertech, I love you. Let's fly better, too. Induracer, yes, absolutely. You do, in fact, press the space bar to go to space in Kerbal Space Program. So that is exactly what I'm saying. When I say 3, 2, 1, space, that is exactly what I'm saying. Aiden Apple Pancake. Aiden Apple Pancake? Why did I say pancake? I have no clue why I said pancake. Yeah, we don't use them. We don't use them. They're just over there for mass. They're over there for cheap mass. That's all they are. See, I feel like I'm gravity turning too fast now. And there's nothing that I can do about it. I just don't like this rocket turning this fast, this low. It feels very wrong to me. It looks like it gravity turned even more. The lower thrust is a problem. Look at that. The lower thrust is an absolute problem. This is not a recipe for success at all. And look at that atmospheric efficiency. We're being so inefficient with these engines. This is not a recipe for success at all. Well, let's see if that's enough to, that's not a recipe for success. That is not a flight. That's not a launch whatsoever. But let's see if that's enough to actually recover that stage back there. This is just going to be steering losses out the wazoo right here. Yeah, we're flying through the freaking soup right now. There's no way this is going to orbit. But did we recover it? Yes, that was a good recovery, and we made $6 grand for it. We did make $6 grand for it. Which is cool. Alright. Which is cool. If you're recovering the stages, maybe fins make sense now. Jim, I'll buy it. I will buy it. Yesterday, I was very, very, very resistant to using fins. Because they cost so much, but since we are recovering the stages, fins do in fact make sense. So we will put fins on this now, and we will fly it the right way. We will absolutely, positively put some control on here. The winglets. Down here at the bottom. In 4x symmetry. I was very, very, very resistant to those yesterday because they cost $640 each. That would be like another $3,000 almost that the rocket cost. So this will... I'm okay with this now. I am okay with this now. I think the fins may be better than the SAS. Maybe try it with SAS. With the exact same launch profile. Let me do it with fins. Let me do it with fins, because we all know that the fins is going to do it. Yes, there is a left way to fly a rocket. I was a little bit resistant to using fins yesterday, and since Hadron is here, since Hadron and some other staunch supporters in the fin camp are here today, I will add fins like this, and I will fly the rocket manual mode, and we will not have fun, but we'll go to space. 3, 2, 1, space. Freaking smacking, backstabbing. I did remove the turn motors. I did remove the turn motors. Oh my goodness. Oh dear Jesus. Ain't nobody got time for staging. Now we can launch it. Recover it. Yeah, we got all the money back. Whatever. Done. Flies a fin flag as he uses them all. Oh my gosh. Puffs his chest up in acknowledgement. I now remove the turn motors. Throttle up, pen lock, SAS engaged, stage check, go. Alright, the real problem with this rocket is that it wastes a whole heck of a lot of delta V to atmospheric efficiency because I can't throttle these things. I almost think I want to keep staging these guys until I'm going 260 at 10K. Right? And what did you say? Fixture staging in the VAB. I did, Damask. I did. I went back. Wrecked. That's not even wrecked. That's so... 3, 2, 1, VAB. What's up? What is this? Dodo person. Dodo person. What's going on? Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. I'm Das Valdez. We are trying to get this thing into orbit. Look at this atmospheric efficiency. We're still okay here. 99. Let's see how far above it we are. Das drink, thank you, Adrian. Maybe we split the difference. Maybe we just fly until we get... Yeah, look at that. We keep doing that. We're wasting a little bit here. I'm gonna start my gravity turn at like 7.5 or something, I think. My orbital pitch maneuver at 7.5 or something. Because I need to get up out of this atmosphere. I really do need to get up out of this atmosphere. My fins aren't letting me control the rocket very well. That's weird. Look at this. The fins aren't working. They're very slow. I may have to turn... The atmosphere is too thin up here, I guess. I may have to turn before then. I may have to turn more smoothly. Yeah, I need to turn earlier and harder, I guess. I've got too much energy in that up now, and I'm going to waste a lot of energy here. Hey, but at least I'm at an apoapse of 50 and I'm pointing straight at the orbit. Maybe we'll be okay. I don't know. Place them higher up the rocket above the center of mass? You mean we need even more fins? Seriously? 1.09. I'm not decelerating, which is good. I'm up out of the atmosphere. Maybe this will be okay. Let's see how it works. I'm trying to pull it over. Maybe it'll be okay. Delta V is going to be real close. Hi, Kiba! Thank you for hanging out. Congratulations on your successful missions, and I will see you later. Thank you for hanging out in my stream. I absolutely appreciate you always being here, Akiba. And you are always welcome to come by and let us know how your space program is going. Thank you so much, and get some sleep. If that's what you're doing. Thank you, Spartan. You're the hero DOS deserves. I actually really like that. That sounds absolutely amazing, honestly. Same set, just further up. Okay, I'll try it. I'll try it. I was okay with it, though. I mean, I think this is going to get into orbit. It's going to be really close to getting to orbit. I think it's going to be in our orbital parameters. And I really kind of like this profile here, where we have like a much longer burn. It's kind of growing on me. I may try to see if I can come up with a really simple design that has this sort of thing. Tunneling Horror! Peace out to you as well, good sir, and thank you for hanging out of the stream. I do appreciate you being here. There we go, now I'm out of the atmosphere. Aiden Apple Clark, what is going on? And Nidatsun, also, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy, both of y'all. Thank you for enrolling. I am Das Valdezi. Das Valdez, whatever. This was actually a really good 77. This was a really good launch. I really do like this launch. Fin haters. Never gonna hear the end of it. Oh, didn't somebody say that this was a really nice launch when they used the fins? Mute. Totally muted. I had okay command authority. I just didn't. I wasn't expecting it. I could totally fly it that way. 79. There's 80. Look at that. Look how close we are. And I'll just wait till the apoaps here, and then I will burn the rest of this. Look at this. 89 meters per second. I think we're good to go. I think that was an absolutely well-tuned launch up to 80K here. To be the retro future mod, I did. Yeah, Damask, I did look at that. I kind of filed it away under future things. I don't need to install any more mods right now, so I'm going to kind of focus on my mods, but I totally appreciate you linking it up. I did, in fact, give it a look, and I do appreciate you linking it up for me. But I'm not going to be like streaming it tomorrow or anything, I guess, is what I'm saying. But I do appreciate it. I did have a look at it, and it looks pretty cool. You know? Uh-oh, gotta burn. Hang on. I'm not saying that fins were better. The control authority that I had there was better. What is this? 6-second burn, so at T-3 I'm going to light the candle straight like this. Whoa, I missed it. That's okay. And that one there performed about the same as the asparagus stager. I'm okay with that. Does that have fins on it? There we go, 79 by 81. Alright. Alright, so now we actually have to write this stuff down, right? We have to write this stuff down. The first stage, this was SRB2. Let's get rid of that. We got to come back and do that. The first stage of SRB2, 7.26. That was really close. It could use a little bit more speed, but we're just going to roll with it. We lost a couple of percent, but we recovered 8330. 8330. So let's just call it 8.3. This is basically the lifter. What did I say? 8.3? Yes, 8.3. Alright, 8.3. Which is fine. We could add more chutes or something and blah, 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 blah. But let's get rid of that. That was 8.3. And the kicker, we will have to wait till it deorbits. There it is right there. There we go. We'll just wait for it to deorbit. Later, dude. 50, 60. There, it deorbited. Alright, and stage recovery caught it. And survey says on that one we got 320 kilometers from KSC. And we also recovered 82.6. So the speed was fine. The distance lost us 17%, which isn't that big of a deal. It's 4.8, 4.9 we'll call it. Because we took some off the other stage, so 4.9. Okay, now we need to go back to the VAB. This is Bill. Chat, vote. Let's do a vote. Let's do a vote. Do you want to take this craft and land it on the moon, or do you want me to work on the SSTO rocket that can land at the VAB? What do you want me to do? And what was the vote? Now I don't know the vote. I don't know the vote. Agitated Pancake. You guys are really close to each other, by the way. Yeah, did your names come up next to each other or something? Aiden Pancake, Aiden Apple Pancake, and Agitated Clark. What should I do? What was the vote command? SSTO, SSTO. What was the vote command? I bet you everybody says SSTO. SSTO, SSTO. We should probably just call it SSTO at this point. I like the vote thing, though. Wait, let me do the poll. Let me do the poll. Poll open. I know it's open. And then it's, SSTO, I guess. I know, I did. I called him Pancake. I don't know why I called him Pancake. Deuce XR just got to go against the flow there. Poll open. What was it? Poll open. Moon SSTO. Poll open SSTO moon. Let me see if this works. I don't know if this is going to work. Okay. Das Valdez. Start the poll with the options 1 SSTO moon. That's not right at all. What do I have to put? Yes, you've only got one option. It's an SSTO to the moon. It's poll, open, option, etc. Can I put a SSTO pipe moon? All right, thanks, guys. Can I do close now? Vote. Can I do poll close? All right. Done. Results. SSTO moon, 0 votes. All right. So it's poll, open. I don't like straw poll. I just want it right here in the chat. Straw poll is a different web page that I have to go to. All right, I haven't even opened it yet, guys. Chill out. I haven't even opened the right one yet. Or did somebody else do it and I didn't do it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, poll open. SSTO. Pipe. Moon. All right, let's see if this works. Poll open SSTO moon, and I can't actually put a text in or anything. Poll open SSTO moon. Das Valdez started a poll with the options 1 SSTO 2 moon. Type vote option number. Cast your vote. All right, there you go, y'all. There you go. Now you got it. Now you got it. Put in your votes. I don't know how to get the results. I have no clue what I'm doing. I really don't. I am almost just going to say that that is a lot of ones right there. Dude, Nitrix Zen. Welcome. I don't recognize your name. Welcome to my stream, Nitrix. Let's see if I don't recognize anybody else. Real Flyboy, I remember you from a while back. The Hark. The Hark. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Right there. Don't recognize you, but welcome. Welcome. Trey. I've seen some Treys before. I don't know if your numbers match up exactly, but welcome, Trey, anyways. Who else? Escanel. I remember you. Bellador. Bellador, welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Who else? Who else? Anybody else? Yeah, the rest of you guys, whatever. Oh, Hadron Collider! When you close it, you should have a tally. Oh, I gotcha. Alright. Vote 1? Vote 1 Disturbed Cyborg. I remember your name. I think it's going to win. I think I am going to go ahead and... There's not a timer or anything you can do. You can't, like, say the timer is going to go for a minute. I'm going to close the chat in 20 seconds. Going once. Going twice. Going 18, 17, 16, blah, 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 blah. I do need a drink. Close the poll. It's going crazy. Fatzilla, you're not new here. Alright. That's about 20 seconds. Bellador, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Do you use any mods or playing all hardcore? Carva Julka FD. What we're doing right now, we're in a career mode, but it's not hardcore because we're testing cost efficiency on things. So we designed a bunch of different lifters. We did a really simple lifter. We did a hybrid solid fuel / liquid fuel engine lifter. We did a straight asparagus lifter. We did a straight SRB lifter. We did a bunch of different stuff, right? A bunch of different stuff, and we're doing the cost efficiency. So I am in a career mode spending real money, but we're not hardcore, so we can revert the flights as we work on the different cost efficiencies. And what we're going to do is actually use this in a future hardcore mode, right? What we learn here. Anyways, I think I can do pull, close, the grapin'. Welcome to Kerbal Space Academy. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate the enrollment. I'm going to do poll close. Das Valdez, the political results. SSTO 19 votes. Moon 4 votes. Alright. He follows me every day. That's okay, whatever. I'm not going to worry about that. Alright. We're going to, again, revert this flight back to the VAB. We're going to get the final cost for SRB2 with shoots, right? Shoots. Let's go put 3 spaces. Like that. The final cost for the launch was 41.4, so that's 21.5, I'll call it, right? 21.5K to launch it. So, SRB1, let's not even worry about SRB1. So it cost, because we added those insanely expensive these things, it broke 20. It used to be under 20 until we added these expensive things, winglets here. You know what would be awesome? I should just put 2 winglets on it. And save the money of the other 2 winglets. So it cost 21.5. How many parts did it have? 36 minus 72. I feel like I should be able to do that in my head because it's basically 36. So 36 parts. And the total cost of the launch, the final cost of the launch, was, survey says, 21.5 minus 8.3 minus 4.9 equals, the cost of the launch was 8.3. Interesting. The cost of the launch was, did I get that right? 8.3 plus 4.9, 20, did I do some math wrong there? 21.5 minus 8.3 minus 4.9 equals 8.3. The final cost was actually more expensive than my rocket. What? Did we not recover something correctly? It's those fins that sent us over the budget. So this rocket costs a lot less, but I think the majority of the cost is actually fuel. Interesting. Did this stage not land correctly or something? I am very interested by what we've just learned. Very interesting. Longer tank-like tracks. What? Expense. It was. It totally. Look at that. Damn you, democracy. Damn you, democracy. Look at that. The final cost of the rocket. The rocket was a lot cheaper and less parts to launch, but the final cost of it was actually more expensive. 8.3K versus 5.5 for the asparagus and 7.8 for that when you use real shoots. How about that? How about that? Lucifer, Lord of Light, I don't do song requests here. I don't do song requests. I just play the game. Where did we lose all that money? I'm really interested now in trying to figure out where we lost all that money at. Origins of the Dead Wizard. It was a team effort in the coining. You're right. I originally said it was a wizard tower. Nubius, you can link it up if you want. I originally said it was a wizard tower, and then a bunch of people started saying that there was a dead wizard on the ground, and I was like, wait, there's a dead wizard back there at the base of the wizard tower? Welcome, Nubius, by the way, also. Look at that! That is very interesting. Muy interesting. Where did we lose all the money? Cut down cost a lot just by the fuel efficiency. Asparagus, nitroxen, asparagus has proven to cut down costs a lot just by the fuel efficiency. That is interesting. That is interesting. So we had a lot more fuel. Do you remember the first time I drank a... No, I grew up in Texas. Longer tracks. Okay, I'll look at that. I'm going to open it in a new window and look at it later. So it's the fuel. Is it the fuel, I wonder? Is that fuel expensive? No, it can't be the fuel. It's just that the majority of our rocket is fuel. That doesn't make any sense. Is it that we have to carry... What is the mass? You know what would be interesting? What is the mass of this rocket? 1-1. So it's basically 100... I'm just going to say 112 tons. The total mass of the rocket is 112 tons. Alright. 112 tons. Let's go figure this out. I'm really intrigued by this. Let's go to asparagus, which cost more to launch. So you've got to have... It actually almost cost double to launch. No, not after we put those expensive-ass control fins on there. It almost cost double to launch, but... Alright, we need to know the mass. 62! Look how much lighter the asparagus is. 62,975. Awesome. That is absolutely awesome. 62.9. That's basically 63 tons. 63 tons. And then what did my rocket cost? Save it. Let's go over to the easy rocket. The DOS 1 there. That one was 80. Just call that 90 right there. Where's that at? Wait, nope, it's this one here. 90K. And that right there gives us another very important bit of information, right? That gives us a very important bit of information. In that, if all we really care about is going to another planet, the asparagus would be the best lifter to get off the other planet if we didn't care about money. If we didn't care about money, right? Because the asparagus was a lot less tonnage because we didn't have to carry extra engines and stuff like that, right? It was a lot less tonnage for what we were doing. We were basically on the asparagus using... Let's go look at it right quick. My nose itches too. See, the problem with this design is that it uses these engines and it carries these engines. These engines aren't doing anything. In fact, if you remember, I made the DOS 2 where we were actually using those engines and it was a lot cheaper. But it's carrying these engines and not using them. It's also carrying empty fuel tank more. So that's why we have to have more mass on that. This one right here, that SRB just weighs a ton, I guess. The SRB fuel weighs a ton. So, I really like that. Let's go over to the asparagus. There we go. And the asparagus, if I had to launch a lifter into space to take off from another planet, the asparagus would be the least tonnage to launch. The least tonnage to launch. But we lost all the money for that, right? So if you don't care about money, asparagus is not efficient if you're going for another planet because you can't recover from another planet, right? But if you're just on Eve and you're trying to get the heck off Eve, like I've always said, asparagus is the only option for getting off Eve. That's probably a bad example. In terms of minimizing launch cost or tonnage here, right? Oh, I'm sorry, Hadron. Yeah, I know. It's just close. It's just close. You're right. I'm just putting a T at the end of it. I'm just putting a T. It's just an easy way to say 90K. Whatever. You're right, though. I should say 90K and 63K and 112K. Sorry. You are correct. All right. So, we would lose tons of money from this if we didn't care about that, right? We would not recover any of it if we were taking off of another planet. But it would be less to launch from Kerbal. It would be less to launch from Kerbal because it is less. DP Life, hashtag Texas. Just being precise. That's okay, Hadron. That's okay. So, that is, like I've always said, that's the only option to get off Eve. But if you don't care about money, you could do an asparagus stage lifter to take off a Tylo or something like that. But if you care about money, you should go for a different design for Tylo. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll go out to Tylo and see if that's true. Interesting. I love that. I absolutely love that. We learned a lot. And in another future stream, I will bump this up to the bigger payloads because I think asparagus is going to lose terribly once you get to real payloads. This little 10K payload is nothing, and we suffer a lot because we don't have the right engines to fill the gaps. Drink! Drink! It is that time. It is 11:59 my time. It is 11:59 my time. And I am going to get up and get another delicious Dr. Pepper. What did Spartan say? Ninja, ninja. Did I miss anything else? I grew up here in Texas too, DOS. I remember my first ever Dr. Pepper game. It was an Astros game. It was a hot out. I was a kid. I was thirsty. It was all the drink I had left on his tray from then on. It's been your go-to drink. Nice, Hadron. That is absolutely awesome. So I do, nerdiest, every time I open up a link, I like have 50 tabs open at the end of the stream. There's just so many people watching. Lo-fi, some RBI tracks. What tracks are we talking about? I can't go look at it right now, but are we talking about like tank track sort of things? The Gripin, hello, hey, welcome Gripin. If you want to highlight something in red for me to answer, use the word DOS or use the word question in it. But welcome to the stream, hello. Hello, first time watching the stream. Could you empty all the tanks and see what the dry cost is? On which rocket, Gripin? Tell me which rocket you want, and I will look at, I bet you dollars to donuts you were talking about the SRB rocket. The SRB rocket. Jim, I post them, it usually takes a couple days. I do it in bulk. It's tank tracks, okay. I do it in bulk because there's not a good way to map what's been answered and what hasn't been answered. So, Gripin, explain exactly which rocket. I think you were talking. You really need real shoots for larger stages. We're stuck with that, though. We're stuck. Real shoots isn't working. And it's going to kill asparagus because you're going to have to spam too many shoots. It's going to kill my rocket too because you have to spam too many chutes. It's really a problem just from a part count perspective. Because the chutes, there needs to be a larger size chute or something, right? Let's save the asparagus. Let's go over, I think that Gripen was talking about SRB-1. Let's take the fuel out of the SRBs and see what the cost of the rocket is with no fuel in the SRBs. That's the wrong one. We actually want SRB-2. There we go. And then I'm going to go get a Dr. Pepper, and then we're going to work on the SSTO lifter. Mod, schedule, spam, spam! So much spam happening! We don't need that much spam. Oh, here goes another argument. Thinking the difference in cost may have been due to the cost of solid fuel and liquid fuel. You're talking about